All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we are following up on a story about Bloodlines 2. If you guys don't remember what happened with Bloodlines 2, this video game was getting an insane amount of backlash because they decided to hide clans, certain clans anyway, behind a $30 DLC, day one DLC, mind you. They decided to hide it behind a DLC and people lost their mind. Apparently, people lost their mind so much that they are now offering refunds on the PlayStation Store only for right now anyway. They might do other stores or maybe they might do partial refunds. Who really knows at this point? But they're offering refunds on the PlayStation Store for people who pre-ordered Bloodlines 2, and they're saying it's in preparation for the adjustments that is going to be coming to the pricing for the DLC. Now, some people are saying they might be giving away the DLC for free, we know. Some people are saying they're going to lower the price of the DLC. We really don't know, but we have some information in this article that I want to go over, and we also have some trolling, a lot of trolling, that is happening right now over on Steam. You got people threatening to refund the game if the developers bend the knee to gamers. I'm not kidding. Now, obviously, this could definitely be a troll. This could be somebody trying to farm jesters over on Steam. But the simple fact is that there are people out there that do actually believe this. There are people out there in the gaming industry that do 100% believe this. And I'm not surprised they mentioned Silksong in this particular post. Let's read this post before they read the article because this thing is hilarious. It says, I am going to refund and not play the game if you make the DLC clans free. Do not do this. If you make the clans free, the gamers will win, and they'll keep bullying other developers to get their way. Gamers have no power unless you give it to them. First, it's Silksong undercutting indie developers, and now you're enabling bad actors. What are we doing as an industry? Now, this may sound like a troll, but this also sounds like somebody who's in the gaming industry. This seems like somebody who doesn't like the fact that gamers actually do have the power. And as much as you try to fight that, as much as you try to make it seem like that's not the case, at the end of the day, the one who opens their wallet is the one who has the power. Simple and true. Now, granted, there are some video games that gamers just can't seem to help themselves when it comes to buying, but I don't think Bloodlines is going to be one of them. If Bloodlines wants to lock out multiple clans behind a $30 DLC that's day one that is obviously cut content meant to sell more product and gain more money for the same amount of stuff they would have sold anyway, then gamers have every right to fight against it. Now, people obviously can tell that this is a troll. Some people can tell that it's not a troll. It says making day one DLC clans is a bad move. No amount of trolling can spin that. Doing a season pass after that with new clans and new quests would have been fine, but day one paywall stuff for something as important as clans is not the way to do it. I think most gamers are fine paying for DLC, but to cut content just to sell as day one DLC is kind of greedy. Now, again, let's go back to the article, and I agree 100%. This is cut content. There's no doubt about it. Like, if anybody believes that this is content that they worked on after they finished the game, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, this is sincerely cut content. We all know it. You know it. They know it. And they're trying to charge $30 for a game's cut content. It's crazy. Anyway, so it's officially been announced that Paradox has refunded or started to refund PlayStation Store pre-orders for Bloodlines 2 in preparation for supposed adjustments to its reviled $30 DLC to be revealed later this month. Starting on Monday, Paradox will begin refunding pre-orders of the premium edition ahead of the supposed adjustments over the DLC pricing. Now, I don't think they're going to offer the DLC for free. Personally, I think they're going to lower it probably to $9.99. If I had to guess, that's where I think they're going to go, because they'd rather have something than have nothing, right? I feel like that's where they're going to go. They're going to offer it for $9.99. They're going to see who buys it, and if it doesn't sell very much, then they'll say, you know what, we're going to refund and offer it for free. Or they'll offer it later down the line at a deep discount, whatever it may be. So it says, first reported by Eurogamer, Paradox announced this weekend that PlayStation Store pre-orders of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 are being offered refunds with the instruction that customers renew their pre-order after planned adjustments to the game and its price. This is in response to the backlash over core content being locked behind a $30 DLC, an unforced error at the end of a long, challenging development across two studios. Paradox noted that PlayStation customers will be able to place a new pre-order for the game after it finally announces those adjustments on September 17th. Anyone who pre-ordered the premium edition through the PlayStation Store will be contacted and refunded starting Monday, September 8th. A Paradox representative wrote on the VTMB subreddit, "You will be able to pre-order your premium edition copy again later before the release on October 21st. Please note that this is an intentional first step in our planned course of action leading up to September 17 to deliver the best possible experience for you at launch." So the backlash must have been massive, right? I feel like that's pretty obvious at this point. There was a lot of hate that this game was getting, and rightfully so. There will never be a time where I will agree with day one DLC, especially day one DLC that is so obviously cut content and you're charging $30 for that. That is insane to me. You will never see me agree with that. I don't think you'll see many people agree with that, other than people like this retard over here that wants to pretend like he's totally being serious about it when we all know that he's not. As for why this is only on PlayStation, which I'm sure a lot of you are probably thinking right now, as opposed to other storefronts, our best guess is that the PlayStation Store won't allow the sort of partial refund a price change would require. So Paradox has to cancel the orders and have customers place them again at the new price. In contrast, there is leeway in Steam's refund policy for partial or full refunds for a DLC that's canceled or misses its promised release window. So a Steam pre-order customer might be able to receive a refund of the difference between the old and the new price. Some type of price change seems imminent, but it's still up in the air how much. The PlayStation Store refunds are the latest update on Paradox's controversial announcement last month that 2 of the 6 playable clans in Bloodlines 2 will be paywalled inside a $30 DLC on top of the $60 price tag on the base game. Bro, you guys pulled a Nintendo. That's what you did. You literally pulled a Nintendo where they sell you Zelda and they don't even want to give you the DLC. They're going to charge you the DLC and end up taking $90 from you by the time everything is said and done, even though it's a game that was 7 years old or whatever the case may be. It's so insane, man. I can't believe that these people genuinely believe they can continue to get away with this. Like, in today's day and age where information flows so freely and so fast, what makes you think you're going to be able to get away with something like this is beyond me. But again, I think these developers that are so desperate to want to raise the price of their games, but they can't seem to be able to do it because of the backlash, they're trying to find ways to gain more money without raising the supposed standard price of entry for their game. And simply put, with a video game like this, where you have clans that are a core part of the gameplay, for you to take 2 of the clans out of release and charge them as DLC on day one, proving to everybody that it is in fact cut content, and there's no denying that at this point you deserve all the backlash that you're going to get. So again, guys, I don't think this is going to be offered for free. I highly doubt it. I think this will definitely be $9.99 or less. I think they're going to put it to a point where there's going to be 3 digits because that way it looks better. So $9.99 for the clans. I don't really know for sure if that's going to happen, but that's where I think this is going to go. Unsurprisingly, that idea didn't go down well with gamers. Clans in Vampire the Masquerade are effectively a combination of race and character class, and the original Bloodlines offered 7 to pick from. To put it in perspective, just imagine if Baldur's Gate 3 locked 1/3 of its classes, say the Warlock, Bard, and Monk and Barbarian, behind a $30 DLC at launch. And to be fair, that's one of the reasons why Baldur's Gate 3 and games like that were loved so much, because the price of entry was great, and on top of that, the DLC was minimal at launch at the beginning. So this whole thing clearly shows that these people will do anything they possibly can to try to nickel and dime gamers and then gaslight you while doing so. But at least the good news is that PlayStation gamers are in fact getting refunds, and we're going to follow up the story and see what they announce on September 17th. You guys can let me know in the comments down below, what do you think they're going to do to this game? Are they going to make the DLC free? Are they going to make it $20? Are they going to make it $10? Are they going to make it $5? You guys let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, consider hitting that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one.